Here is a list of the most compelling comments we've received in the last 5 days. Want to get in on it? Leave a constructive and positive comment below to increase your chances, and we'll choose the best ones. The missing boy was found after being vanished for 2 years, thanks to a photo police bumped into on social media. You head to the school to take your teenage son and find out he's not there. In fact, this is the most terrifying course of events every parent's afraid of, and it's a feeling this family knows all too well. When a 15-year-old boy vanished into thin air, his family was left in agony, doing their very best every day to find their child. All their efforts were to no avail until police used one tool that helped them break the whole case wide open. The high school period can be challenging for all teenagers. The pressure from classmates, family, and teachers can either make you a strong person or harm your mental health. 15-year-old Aubrey Carroll was the one who had to undergo a lot of it during his teenage period. Aubrey's parents had recently gotten divorced, which forced the boy to move to Spalding County, a town about an hour away from his childhood home. He started a new school and made new friends. Everything looked like he was about to settle in. But the battles between his parents made the boy move back in with his father Michael in Jones County. To simplify their son's life, the parents agreed Aubrey would finish out the school year at Spalding. This meant the boy would have to travel over an hour every day to his school, and Michael would drive his son so he could catch the bus. Given this extra travel, the father had to limit Aubrey's social life, which was very difficult for the boy as he was a very socially spirited person. Obviously, the boy didn't like his new limitations, and in mid-May he acted out in what Michael reported was just a minor incident. However, that led to having trouble with the authorities, but it was nothing compared to the ordeal that happened just a few days later. On the morning of May 24, 2016, Michael dropped Aubrey off at the bus stop. Little did he know it would be the last time he saw his son. Later that afternoon, Aubrey's stepmother Lee came to pick him up after school, but the boy vanished into thin air. Aubrey had to take exams that day, which he had apparently completed. It meant he was at school that day, but after that there was no sign of him. Michael immediately called the police to report his missing son. However, he was convinced that it was just a teenage runaway case. Thus, he didn't plan to tell the news to Aubrey's mother. The man was convinced his son would be back in a few days. But when the days turned to weeks, everybody started getting concerned. Aubrey's mother, Danielle, was finally beginning to get suspicious, and Michael had to come clean. In January, there was still no sign or trace of Aubrey anywhere. The boy didn't appear on his birthday. All the family members and friends started to panic, imagining the worst. The police issued a missing persons poster with a $5,000 reward in hopes that it would persuade someone to tell more information if they knew it. Even though the police and the family did their best to find the boy, the situation seemed hopeless. Every day instilled even grimmer feelings, but Aubrey's family didn't give up. Then on April 10, 2018, almost 2 years after his disappearance, the police achieved a breakthrough. They'd found a Facebook profile of a boy who was the spitting image of Aubrey, but the name was different. He was even the same age as the disappeared teenager. When the cops showed it to Aubrey's family, they immediately confirmed that it was their boy. Aubrey was safe and sound, and it seemed he'd lived quite the adventurous life in the last 2 years. As it was discovered later, the boy joined a group of hippie travelers and traveled all over the West Coast and Midwest, working odd jobs and bartering. His family was rejoiced when they found out about their son, but they planned not to reach out. They were afraid it would scare him off. Even though it was really difficult after not seeing their son for 2 years, his parents wanted to do what was best for Aubrey, so they held back. In the end, when they couldn't wait anymore, a family member reached out to Aubrey. Luckily, it didn't scare the boy off. Instead, he arranged a call with his mother. By April 16th, Aubrey was back home in Georgia, reunited with his family. After coming back home, the boy shared adventurous tales about his life. Local police officers say some of the things he'd experienced would make your jaw drop. The boy's story wasn't a nightmare his parents were afraid of the most, and it was a blessing. Aubrey wasn't harmed in any way during his journey. Police say that he told us that he left on his own and hadn't been abducted, hurt, abused, exploited, or harmed in any way. The boy was trying to find some perspective on how other people in the world lived. The reason why Aubrey decided to run away still remains unknown. His story shows that social media is a powerful tool that brings us close together and even helps to find our missing, beloved people.